Overspending and impulse spending is keeping you from building the life you want to build. So let me show you 3 ways to stop doing that. All the time I hear people say things like, I want to save, but I cannot stop overspending, or I have these goals that I want to hit, but my spending gets in the way of it. And it's almost like they don't realize that it's up to them to make that happen. And that used to be me too, trust me. But if you don't put tools and systems in place for yourself to stop that behavior that you want to stop, you're not going to stop it, especially when it gets into the moment. You see things you want to buy, you're just going to go ahead and buy them because you have no way to talk yourself out of it. These 3 methods all have the same goal. It's to force a pause so you can stop and think about that thing. Here are the 3 methods, and before we get into those, I need you to know that before you start this process, you need to sit down and figure out why you want to stop overspending. You need to have a strong why and some strong goals that you want to hit. So number 1, a waiting period. Implement this for yourself and it's going to cut out like 50% of your overspending, or at least it did for me. So every time you see something that you want to buy that you did not budget for or was not in your plan, usually when you would just go ahead and buy it, I want you to wait a predetermined amount of time. And it doesn't matter what that time is. It could be an hour, a day, a week, whatever feels best for you. The point here is to force the pause. So maybe you go to Target to get some regular groceries and you see something that's maybe on sale even, and you're like, oh my God, I have to have that. First, you're going to stop and you're going to think about your why. Why are you trying to stop overspending? Then you're going to say to yourself, okay, I set up my waiting period already. I'm going to go ahead and wait 1 day or whatever it is for you. And then if that 1 day passes and you still absolutely need that thing, go ahead and go buy it. A lot of times by the end of that waiting period, you're not going to want the thing anymore. Method 2 is a savings match. So create a rule for yourself that tells yourself every time you want to impulse buy something, you have to send that same amount of money to your savings account. And if you cannot afford to do that, you can't buy the thing. So again, with the example of going to Target, say you go to Target, you see a cute shirt that you want to buy, but you didn't plan to buy that and it costs $20. You can buy it if you can also send $20 to your savings account right there on the spot. That means you'd be spending $40. Can you afford to spend $40 at that time? That's up to you. And method number 3, write down a reason in your phone, in a notebook, whatever, of how does that purchase align to your goals. And remember, at the beginning I said you need to have a strong why and you need to have some good goals. So does that impulse purchase bring you closer to your goals? Does it align to your goals, or are you actually taking away from your goals? You are in control of your life, and it is not up to anyone but you to make these things happen, okay? It is not up to anybody but you to stop your overspending. And if you are not going to get control of yourself and not learn to master your mindset to be able to pause and think about these things first, you're not going to make progress. So pick one of these things and try it out for a month and see how it does for you. See how much money you save. And actually, you can even keep a log of it. Every time that you want to make an impulse purchase, but you use a method and you save that money, write it down. And at the end of the month, see how much money you save. Let me know in the comments, what do you do to try to battle overspending or impulse spending? And as always, you got this, friend.